Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here, WilhiteWX.com. We have a winter storm warning now in place for a good chunk of the area. Let's dive right into the data. Winter storm warnings here. Out for everything in the pink here, the purple winter weather advisories. Whether you're under a warning or an advisory, it's going to be an absolute disgusting mess today out on the roads. Now, if you're a snow lover, some of you are going to hit the jackpot today. We're going to talk about that. But if you're not a snow lover, well, sorry about your luck. There's a fair amount of snow coming here, unfortunately, and it looks like the roads here, all of us can agree, bad roads are never a fun thing. So they're coming. Let's start to look at the data here. We'll take a look at the high-res data. And you notice as we head out this morning, we've got rain over much of the area. Let's go ahead down here and start looking at the current radar first. So it's about 8:24 a.m. right now, Central Time, as I am recording this. And you can see there's a good chunk of the rain coming in here. What we're really going to be looking in for this afternoon is for this area right in here to fill in. And I believe it will. And I'll show you that on future radar here in a minute. But right now, over most of the area here, you know, we have just a good chunk of rain. In fact, rain is even north of Indianapolis here. I feel sorry for my fellow colleagues forecasting up in Indianapolis. This storm has just been an absolute nightmare to forecast. If I zoom a little bit closer here into the area, you see we are 43 still here in Evansville, 45 currently over in Louisville. But it's 36 in Bloomington and 34 in Indy, so it's certainly a cool down. But look at this, as you go down into southern Kentucky, you're in the 50s. So quite a temperature gradient here this morning. And that temperature gradient is going to get steeper as we go into the afternoon hours as well. Let me just show you what the temperatures are going to do. So we go from the low 40s here in southern Indiana, 50s as you head down into Kentucky. We go from that into this afternoon once the front moves through. So this is about 5, 6 o'clock tonight, somewhere in that time frame. And take a look. You've already got the freezing line working through the state, and then that goes down and very quickly during the overnight hours. Look, by the time that you get into the early overnight hours, we are already in the teens, up and single digits into the north, and we're into the 20s area wide here at least. And by the time you wake up on Sunday morning, most of us, looking at between 15 and 20 degrees or so here in southern Indiana. Some of us even colder. We don't recover that much tomorrow. We'll make it to the low 20s. And then, of course, temperatures start to crash again on Monday night. And honestly, with the snowpack, let me go back. This morning model is not completely in, so let me just sort of go back here and show you the temperatures that it's spitting out for Monday morning, and you can just see single digits up to the north. This is actually a change. Some of the runs had brought those extreme temperatures down to the south. I'm not sure that this is right. Probably some cloud cover and some lingering snow showers possibly still on here, but I really think single digits are on the table for a good chunk of the area, and certainly some teens for the rest of us, unfortunately. Going to be a very cold night out there. Now let's just take a look at the future radar, give you an idea of where things are going to fall today. Again, as that rain starts to work its way through, you notice it's snowing up to the north. They're going to get their snow up in the north this afternoon, then that snow machine sort of shuts off, and then watch how it sort of moves through here, and what we get is what we call a deformation band, and that deformation band just really cranks up the snow machine. The low pressure by this time here sort of rolling out this direction here, and on the very back side of the low, you've just got some intense snow rates coming on, and that's going to cause it to snow for several hours down here in southern Indiana and in portions of Kentucky as well, southern Illinois. So again, let me just sort of time out. Here's noon Eastern time. What you can expect, still raining over most of the region here for the lower Ohio Valley. By the time you get into the afternoon, it's a pretty sharp transition. And so by the time, here's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, these times are all Eastern time. 4 o'clock Eastern time, it's overtaking the whole state. So the new high-res NAM here is actually bringing the transition to a wintry weather nastiness a lot quicker than some of the others are. Will take a while for the temperatures to sort of catch up. But about 4 o'clock onward, I would say, is where you can expect in general for the freezing line to start to come in and work its way. The winter storm warnings go into effect for most of the area at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then it snows and some heavy snow there for a few hours before it starts to work out. And then here you are by about 4 a.m. Eastern time, and it's sort of working its way out of the state into Kentucky. But do notice this heavy lake effect snow band as you're coming down, and some of the data suggests that, look, some of those snow bands from this so potent, they might even reach southern Indiana as well. So we may see some snow showers even on Sunday morning. It's not going to be widespread with significant accumulations by any means, but the lake effect snow machine is just really cranking up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some of those reach us down here. As far as snow totals are showing, this is what the high-res dam is spitting out this morning, and you can see just a snow jackpot in this region up in here. And really, just all over has some pretty decent totals, except for up towards the north a little bit. And this is the polar opposite, by the way, of what it was showing just a couple of days ago. The model just did a radical shift yesterday. I didn't buy onto it yesterday. I wanted to see more data, but finally, I think we've got the data in that we're solidified onto a solution. So, you know, there are varying snow forecasts out there. I'll be first to admit, folks, this is one of the toughest I've ever had to forecast. All right, it just is. So let me show you what I've come up with. This will be my final call. I'm not going to make another snowcast map. It is what it's going to be. If it's going to be wrong, it's going to be wrong. I've been doing this here since 2012. By far, this is the worst winter storm I have ever had to forecast. This has just been absolutely ridiculous to nail down. Sometimes Mother Nature has a mind of her own, and it sort of appears to it in this case. But the heavier snows that we once thought were up north are now back down here to the south. I warned you back on Monday. Well, I didn't do a video on Monday, but if you followed me on social media, I had some posts out on Monday that I thought maybe the low was going to track a lot further south than what the data had been showing it all week. That looks like that's indeed going to be the case. And we're going to be underneath of one of these heavy snow bands here in southern Indiana. So in the red area, 3 to 6 inches of snow, I would say this is where the heaviest snow is going to fall. Some of you may have localized amounts of 7, 8, or even more inches out of this, but pinpointing down exactly where those are going to be, you can't really do that. So a general 3 to 6 there. Again, your boom and bust numbers are on here to show you the extremes. If it's an underperformer, it's a bust. If it's an overachiever, it's going to be a boom, but it gives you an idea of a range of what to expect. But the forecast is the large numbers in general. And again, this is just a radical shift away from what Indianapolis was forecasted yesterday. But now down to 1 to 3 up in this area, 2 to 5, 3 to 6. And then, of course, as you head into Kentucky down here, you get a little bit less here as well. But that's the way we stand right now. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, Southern Indiana Weather on Facebook, or just facebook.com/WillHiteWX if you're wanting to get to a short way there. Twitter as well. Follow me on the handle at WillHiteWX. And, of course, I'll have frequent updates on Facebook and Twitter throughout the day. Some radar shots, latest trends, things like that. So be sure to follow me as the storm advances on. But, again, it's 8:31 Central Time as I'm recording this morning. And there you can see we've got rain out in the area, but you can just see the absolute mess that we have got with this. And, folks, it's coming our way, and there's some heavy snow tonight. In addition to the crashing temperatures and the flash freeze potential there with that, you've got some strong winds that are going to be kicking up this afternoon as well as the low approaches us and gets a little bit closer. 20 and 30 mile per hour winds are going to be possible today, even some 40 mile per hour winds at a time. I don't think we reach blizzard warning criteria here, but whiteout conditions are certainly likely at some points with the heavy snow this afternoon. So just know that if you have to be out on the roads traveling, well, be safe. I feel sorry for you. The best thing that you can do, honestly, today in a situation like this is stay home because it's going to get absolutely nasty tonight. Be sure to keep it tuned again to me on social media, and I'll have you updates throughout the day.